auctioneer doesn't know whose life he's about to sell. Neither do the strangers standing around him. A rusted steel door rattles as it slowly rolls upward. Nobody is allowed to step inside. Nobody can touch a single item. For a brief moment, everyone studies the room. A child's bicycle, a military footlocker, a worn leather photo album, a firefighter's helmet, a safe tucked into the back corner. That's all they get. Then the auctioneer speaks. Who'll give me $100? Hands rise almost immediately. Within minutes, everything behind that steel door legally belongs to someone else. Family photographs, wedding albums, military medals, children's toys, handwritten letters, the final belongings of someone who never came back. Sold. To the highest bidder. To the bidder. It's another opportunity. To the owner. It's a lifetime reduced to a winning bid. But here's the question. How can someone legally buy another person's life? One storage unit at a time? Every day, millions of Americans drive past storage facilities without giving them a second thought. Long rows of identical steel doors, security fences, bright lights, surveillance cameras, just another business along the highway, or so it seems. Behind those doors are millions of untold stories. For many people, a storage unit isn't extra space. It's a promise. We'll come back after we move. We'll only need it for a few months. Life has other ideas. 1 month becomes 6. 6 becomes years. Eventually, the storage unit stops holding belongings. It starts holding time. Behind every locked door is a story. The only question is, who gets to finish it? This is where almost everyone gets it wrong. Most people believe storage companies make money selling abandoned belongings. They don't. The real business has never been about what's inside the unit. It's about the space the unit occupies. Every storage facility is built around one simple idea. Rent empty space. Month after month, year after year. A customer paying every month is far more valuable than a single auction. That's the business. Storage companies don't rent boxes. They don't rent furniture. They don't rent memories. They rent square footage. Everything stored inside. Furniture, business inventory, holiday decorations, contractor tools. They all have one thing in common. They occupy space. And space is the product. Every occupied storage unit generates recurring income. As long as rent is paid, the business works exactly as intended. But eventually, some payments stop. Not because people planned for it, because life changed. A move took longer than expected. A business struggled. Medical bills piled up. Plans were delayed. The storage unit remained. The payments didn't. Storage companies don't want your belongings. An occupied unit with a paying customer is almost always more valuable than auctioning its contents. The auction isn't the business. It's what happens when the business stops working. If storage companies don't want what's inside the unit, how can they legally sell it? The answer begins with the contract. The answer isn't found in the auction. It's found long before the auction ever begins. The moment you rent a storage unit, you're signing a legal agreement. Under state law and the rental agreement, the storage facility may have a legal claim against the property inside the unit if rent goes unpaid. But one missed payment doesn't automatically mean you lose everything. The exact process depends on the state. Most operators must provide notice and follow specific legal procedures before the contents of a unit can be sold. It begins quietly. A payment is missed. Late fees begin to accumulate. The balance grows. Then one day, you drive to your storage unit. You enter your gate code. The gate opens. You walk toward your unit. But something has changed. An overlock has been placed over your lock. Your belongings are still inside. You still legally own them, but you can't access them. Days become weeks. Letters arrive, emails, phone calls. Each notice becomes more urgent than the last. The storage facility isn't trying to take your belongings. It's trying to recover the unpaid balance, because a paying customer is worth far more than an auction. Only after the legal requirements have been satisfied can the sale move forward. A manager unlocks the door. People quietly gather outside the unit. Nobody crosses the threshold. Nobody touches a single item. For one brief moment, everyone studies a stranger's life. Then, the bidding begins. Ownership changes in minutes. The law doesn't know the difference between a box of old clothes and the last photographs of someone's mother. To the legal process, they're both property. Once the sale is complete, they're no longer yours. People don't rent storage units expecting strangers to own their memories. They rent them because life changes. A move across the country, a divorce, medical bills, military deployment, the death of a loved one, a struggling business. One buyer expected to find old furniture. Instead, inside a dusty wooden box was a Purple Heart. military ribbons, photographs, letters written decades earlier. In another unit, a wedding dress, carefully preserved for years. Nearby, wedding photographs. To another bidder, old fabric. To one family, the beginning of their story. Another buyer opened an ordinary cardboard box. Thousands of photographs spilled across the floor. Birthday parties, Christmas mornings, graduations, a lifetime, captured one photograph at a time, worth almost nothing at auction, worth everything to the family inside them. At the beginning of this story, we asked one question: how can someone legally buy another person's life, one storage unit at a time? The truth is, they never bought a life, they bought what life left behind. The next time you drive past a storage facility, you probably won't see rows of identical metal doors. You'll see unfinished stories, plans that changed, families that moved, dreams that were postponed. Because storage auctions were never really about treasure. They were about what happens when ordinary life collides with time. A lock can protect your belongings. It can't stop time. Sometimes, the most valuable thing inside a storage unit was never the item itself. It was the life connected to it. Sometimes the greatest thing you find isn't treasure, it's perspective.